G'day guys, Rick Williams here again from Tips and Ratings. Just another quick one for our ratings wrap for the 18th of February 2015. We've been into 8 races at Sandown today, 1 race on the Sunshine Coast and 1 race at Strathalbyn. In total we turned over 31.64 units, got back 41.7 for a profit of 10 units and 32% on turnover. Some members reported a win today of between 15 to 20 units, depending on if they got some best tote kickers or not, which did get out late versus a top flock or an SP type bet. So we'll start with race 1 at Sandown. We're keen here on Carpathian and Blue Eyes mainly, and Carpathian let out and was quite ordinary really. Blue Eyes loomed up and really did nothing, and Boiled Egg was beaten a long way, so sort of marked the winner 60 to 1, and best odds available for it was about $16. So we're a bit wrong there and lost just over 3 units on the first race. On the race 2, and we suffered another loss here of 3.11 units. We backed around 6 runners, and Noel's choice for Moody and Nolan was a bit too good. Again, another one that we were a fair bit different to from the market, but it enjoyed a good run from a good gate and had the better turn of foot. And by this stage, it was sort of quite evident that it was only race 2, that those sort of horses that weren't close to the fence were the ones that were going to probably have a little bit extra. On to race 3, and we finally got on the board here. So our top rater in the race was Northern Saint. We marked $4 and secured $6, and it was a good win. We also had Panaria going for a good result that ran into 3rd, and we backed Lady Einstein who didn't figure. So in all there, we bet 2.88 units and got back 7.5 on the race. So that was a nice race for us. On to the next race, and the Ruffian won this. It got out to $26 a couple of places late, and a couple of members managed to back it, but I didn't manage to get the price, unfortunately. And it won. It was just one of those ones that was quite close. So we were on Rawnak, who really didn't do anything. Zantico was a pretty good runner. It sort of got caught wide and back and had to work forward, and got forward and was still 3 wide and had to work on again. And its effort in the end was pretty gallant to finish 3rd. And we're also on Refectory, who worked up on the pace and was closest to the fence. So I think this horse Refectory's got a good win in it soon. It'll be 5th up next time and probably cherry ripe. So I think that's one to follow. And Winter Palace just got too far back. So we bet 3.43 there, and was a losing race. So on to race 5, and My Word Said the Bird, we rated $14, and it was $21 top fluck. As you can see, there was $32 top best tote, and $26 most agencies. The $21 is the price we sort of took, and it sort of just got there. It was a close finish between it, Either World. Craftwork sort of dropped off a little bit. It was its first go up 1400, but sort of just had the good momentum. My Word Said the Bird, and won quite well. It was a nice little race for us. Again, we doubled our money. We bet 3.57 and got back 7.5. On to the next race, race 6, and Jubio is a horse that won. We marked at $10, and it was secured $13. It got out to $16.90 best tote, so some of the members were able to secure that, which was a good boost to their profits. This horse just sort of settled midfield and was way too good out in the fast lanes out wide. Distraught raced pretty well. Blew out a bit late on the market, and held on well for 3rd. And Star Fortune attracted a fair good bit of money late, but it really didn't do anything. But not a big return for us on that race. We had some better results, but we weren't able to secure one of those good ones. But still, we made 60% on our money there. On to the next race, which was race 7, and Miva won here for John O'Shea. It was $5.50 second favourite in our book, and we were able to secure $10. It was 11.20 best tote, and this horse was able to sort of get up on pace and kept kicking to just hold on. So it was a really good win. Tantat Diamond ran second. It's a horse that had shown pretty good talent in its first campaign, but was a bit of a flop first up. I'd suggest that it's worth following. And Schneller is a horse that sort of was pretty close to our price, but it was one of the outsiders in our market. It put in what looked to be quite a big turn of foot, and ran quite well also to finish third. But a good race for us there. We bet 3.5 and got back about 9, 160% on turnover in that race. And then in the last race, we probably have to make a little adjustment here, just waiting on the deductions, because there's a few longer priced horses. But we backed Jade's Boy early, and that won quite easily in the end. And our second raider was Doomsday Warrior, and it ran second. It started around $9, and just sort of got up on pace, which is a bit upside down for that horse. It's got a pretty good turn of foot, so I'd expect that it's probably going pretty well. And if they sort of ride it with a bit more, cover or a sit next time, it's going to go pretty well. But it's one of those races at Sandown where the leaders just got away from them, and there's probably going to be some pretty good runs in the race if you do your reviews. So that concludes Sandown. I had a bet at Strathalbyn. Hydrodynamic was the horse, as you can see there, just featured very prominently with our figures. Class Speed and Nielsen, the jockey, we locked in $3.30. I think it was around $3.60 or $3.50 bet earlier, and box seated and pulled away for a good win, won by a few lengths. And we also had a bet on the Sunshine Coast. Sorry, I forgot to put the result in here, but we didn't win. The winner was our second raider, Mark 380 Quattro Passy, involved here basically for number 1, Bernindi, and I think it probably lost by about 20 lengths. So we sort of got caught in the middle of that heavy downpour and some track downgrades, and the horse clearly didn't handle the wet. So in all, a good day to follow on from a good day yesterday and a good week last week. So another 10 units profit, and 32% on turnover for the day. So thanks for listening, and we'll be back with our ratings wrap for tomorrow at Ballarat, and hopefully it's another winning one. Thank you.